Hey there! So, let's talk about something that's been on a lot of our minds lately, those pesky winter heating bills. With gas prices soaring and our growing reliance on electricity, it's no wonder we're all feeling the pinch. But what if I told you there's a way to keep your home warm without relying on either of those? Enter the Amish, who have been heating their homes without gas or electricity for generations. Intrigued? I sure was. Now, you might be wondering, how on earth do they manage that? And more importantly, can we borrow a page from their book? Well, buckle up, because we're about to dive into the fascinating world of Amish home heating methods. Spoiler alert, these techniques are not only effective but also sustainable and frugal. They might just revolutionize the way you think about keeping your home toasty. Whether you're living off the grid or simply looking to slash those utility bills, there's a lot we can learn from the Amish lifestyle. But before we get into the nitty-gritty of how they heat their homes, let's take a step back and understand why they steer clear of modern conveniences in the first place. For the Amish, relying on technology like gas or electric heating systems creates a dependency on the outside world, which doesn't quite jive with their values of self-reliance and simplicity. So, what are the go-to heating methods for the Amish? The two biggies are wood-burning stoves and masonry heaters. These aren't just about keeping warm. They're about living in harmony with their principles of sustainability and independence. Let's start with the wood-burning stove, a staple in Amish households for generations. It's a simple yet incredibly efficient way to heat a home, offering not just warmth, but also a cozy gathering spot for families to come together. The beauty of a well-operated wood stove lies in its ability to heat large areas, sometimes even an entire house, with a steady, consistent warmth that gas or electric systems often struggle to match. Plus, there's something undeniably charming about the crackling of a wood fire, don't you think? Wood stoves and masonry heaters are like the old-school champs of keeping homes warm, especially when the power goes out. Unlike electric or gas heaters, wood stoves don't need any outside power. This makes them super handy during blackouts and saves money, especially if you can get wood nearby. But keeping enough wood ready is a bit of work. Amish families are really good at this. They spend the warmer months gathering and cutting firewood, often using hand tools or horse-drawn equipment. It's all about hard work and planning ahead. The wood is chopped into logs and left to dry for months, so it burns well, giving off more heat and less smoke. Running a wood stove isn't just about lighting a fire, it's a skill. Families manage airflow, adjust dampers, and keep the fire steady without overheating the house. They often use strong cast iron stoves or modern airtight ones that save fuel by controlling air. Now let's talk about masonry heaters. These are cool because they store heat in big blocks of brick or stone. Unlike wood stoves that need a constant fire, masonry heaters capture heat from a short, hot fire and release it slowly over time. It's like having a big warm battery in your home. One fire can keep a place warm for a whole day or more, which is great for big homes or really cold areas. And while we're talking about old-school wisdom, there's a book by Claude Davis about 126 superfoods and ways to keep food during tough times like the Great Depression. It's full of tips that could be really useful for future generations. You might want to check it out to keep these important skills alive. So whether it's a wood stove or a masonry heater, these methods show that sometimes the old ways are the best. They remind us of the value of hard work and planning to keep our homes warm. Let's talk about how families can keep their homes cozy with masonry heaters. One of the best things about these heaters is that they provide steady warmth without needing constant attention. They burn wood at super high temperatures, which means they produce very little smoke. This makes them one of the cleanest options for burning wood. Plus, since you only need 1 or 2 small fires a day, you end up using a lot less wood over the winter. It's a win for the environment. Now, building a masonry heater does cost a bit up front, but they can last for decades with hardly any maintenance. They're a great long-term choice if you're looking for something efficient and sustainable. They're perfect for Amish homes where simplicity and durability are really important. The way Amish homes are designed also helps keep them warm without needing gas or electric heating. They use natural insulation and passive heating techniques to make the most of the heat they generate. Their homes are built to trap warmth effectively, ensuring that whatever heat is produced stays inside as long as possible. Let's break it down into two main parts: building materials and design, and how they use windows and natural light. Amish homes often use thick stone or brick walls, which act like a thermal mass. This means they soak up heat during the day and release it slowly as it gets colder, helping to keep the indoor temperature steady without needing active heating systems. These thick walls provide great insulation, keeping the cold out and the warmth in. Unlike modern homes that might use thinner walls and synthetic insulation, which can wear out over time, the Amish rely on the lasting qualities of natural materials. Stone, brick, and even wood can be excellent insulators when built right, creating a barrier between the warm inside and the chilly air outside. Beyond the materials, Amish homes are designed with simplicity and practicality in mind. They usually have fewer doors and windows, which helps minimize heat loss. The ceilings in common areas are often low, which keeps the heat closer to where people are. The layout is usually compact, so the warmth from one area naturally spreads throughout the home. This design not only makes sense, but also cuts down on the amount of fuel needed to keep the place warm. The Amish have a clever approach to using windows for passive solar heating. They might not use modern tech like solar panels, but they sure know how to make the most of the sun's natural warmth. Typically, Amish homes are built facing south to soak up those strong winter rays. Large windows on the south-facing walls let in plenty of sunlight during the day, warming up the house naturally. This setup creates a kind of greenhouse effect, where the sunlight heats the inside of the home. The thick stone or brick walls then absorb this heat and slowly release it throughout the day and night, cutting down on the need for extra heating. But the Amish are also smart about keeping that heat in. To stop warmth from escaping on cold nights, they use simple but effective window coverings like thick curtains or shutters. These helps insulate the windows when the sun goes down, trapping the heat inside. Many people might not realize that the design of the windows themselves also helps with insulation. Amish homes often have double-paned or storm windows, which create an insulating air pocket between the glass panes. This setup reduces heat loss and keeps drafts at bay, making the home more energy efficient without modern heating systems. Besides their main heating methods, the Amish sometimes use kerosene and oil lanterns during the colder months. While these lamps are mainly for lighting, they also give off a bit of heat, adding to the cozy feel without needing electricity or gas. Let's dive into how these simple tools play a big part in Amish homes, especially during those chilly winters or when a little extra warmth is needed in certain spots. Amish families often turn to kerosene and oil lanterns. While these lanterns might not heat up an entire room, they do provide a nice cozy warmth right where it's needed, like in drafty areas or rooms where wood stoves and masonry heaters aren't practical. For instance, they might be used in bedrooms at night to keep things snug, or in workspaces that are a bit farther from the main heat source. Kerosene lanterns, in particular, are loved for their simplicity and ease of use. They burn a small, steady flame that gives off both light and heat, making them a handy tool for Amish families. You can carry these lanterns from room to room, providing both illumination and a gentle warmth boost wherever needed. This flexibility is key in homes that rely on a central wood stove, where some rooms might naturally be cooler than others. Oil lanterns work in much the same way as kerosene lanterns and are also common in Amish homes. The heat they give off is modest but effective, especially when several are used together in smaller spaces. This extra warmth can make a big difference on particularly cold nights, keeping the home comfortable without needing to burn a lot of wood or make big changes to the main heating system. One of the main reasons Amish families stick with kerosene and oil lanterns is that they fit perfectly into their frugal and sustainable lifestyle. Electric lights might be convenient, but they come with ongoing costs, like power bills and reliance on an external grid. Kerosene and oil lamps, on the other hand, provide both light and heat with minimal expense, making them a practical choice for a community that values self-reliance and saving money. These lamps are cheap to run and maintain, needing just a steady supply of kerosene or oil and a bit of cleaning now and then. Unlike electric heaters or modern lights, which constantly use energy, kerosene and oil lamps can run for a long time on a small amount of fuel. For the Amish, this means avoiding the rising costs of electricity and instead using affordable, locally sourced fuels that they can store and manage themselves. Let's talk about how the Amish make the most of a single resource by getting both heat and light from the same source. This dual function really boosts the efficiency of their homes, as they're essentially getting two services, light and warmth, for the price of one. The simplicity of this technology also means these lamps last for years with minimal repairs or replacements, which fits perfectly with the Amish focus on long-term sustainability and frugality. Now, while the Amish have perfected their heating techniques over generations, the good news is you don't have to live off the grid to benefit from some of these methods. There are practical ways to bring these traditional practices into modern homes, blending old-world wisdom with modern convenience to help cut heating costs and increase energy efficiency. One easy way to integrate Amish-style heating into a modern home is by installing a wood stove or a pellet stove. Both options offer a more sustainable and cost-effective alternative to electric or gas heating systems. Modern wood stoves come in sleek designs with advanced features like airtight seals and controlled airflow, which boost efficiency and make them much easier to manage than traditional models. If you're concerned about air quality or finding a steady supply of firewood, pellet stoves are a popular alternative. They burn compressed wood pellets made from recycled materials and burn more cleanly than raw wood. Pellet stoves also offer the convenience of a more automated system, while still providing the warmth and ambiance of a traditional wood fire. Whether you're in the city or the countryside, these heating options are a great way to reduce reliance on costly and less sustainable energy sources. Masonry heaters are also making a comeback in eco-friendly homes. These massive, efficient heaters have become popular among people looking for long-lasting, low-maintenance ways to heat their homes. While masonry heaters do require a significant upfront investment and space to install, they offer one of the most sustainable heating options available. By burning wood at very high temperatures, masonry heaters are incredibly efficient and release very little pollution. For those wanting a long-term investment in home heating, installing a masonry heater is an excellent way to reduce energy costs, lower environmental impact, and enjoy steady, comfortable warmth throughout the winter months. With modern designs and materials available today, these heaters can easily fit into homes that prioritize sustainability. Even if you're not ready to install a wood or masonry heater, you can still take inspiration from the Amish by improving your home's insulation. Simple, cost-effective hacks like sealing drafty windows and doors, adding thick curtains, or using weather stripping can make a noticeable difference in your home's heat retention. Additionally, consider using natural materials like wool rugs and heavy drapes to insulate interior spaces. These small adjustments not only help trap heat, but also reduce the amount of energy needed to keep your home warm, leading to significant savings over time. Just like the Amish, it's about making thoughtful choices to keep your home cozy without requiring constant heating. Now is the time to take the first step. Research local options for installing wood or pellet stoves, explore DIY insulation techniques, and consider low-tech sustainable heating solutions that can make a big impact on your home's efficiency and your energy bills. You don't need to go fully off-grid to benefit from these ideas. Small changes can add up to substantial results. If you've enjoyed this deep dive into how the Amish heat their homes without gas or electricity, and want to discover more Amish frugality and timeless wisdom, please like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. Your support allows us to continue sharing valuable content and practical knowledge that can help you save money and live more sustainably. Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments and let us know what topics you'd love to explore next. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the art of staying warm the Amish way. Until next time, stay warm, stay frugal, and keep exploring the sustainable solutions of the past.